Good day, dear students. Welcome back to Matrices and Systems of Linear Equations. So, what is our learning outcome for today? At the end of the lesson, everybody must be able to compute inverse of a non-singular matrix using elementary row operation or known as ERO. So, we have already learned how to compute inverse using adjoint and property. So, today will be on ERO. Okay, so if we want to use ERO, first of all we need to write our matrix in augmented form. So what is augmented form? Augmented form is writing your matrix on your right hand side and writing your identity on your left hand side. So this is a augmented matrix. Okay, so basically what is ERO? After we write our augmented matrix, we're gonna try to change our matrix A to identity. So basically this is ERO. So once we have changed our matrix A to identity, automatically the identity will be changing to A inverse. Okay students, so A here we will try to change it to identity. Basically this is ERO. So how do we change A to identity? We will be using row operations. So what are the important row operation? One is we are allowed to interchange any two rows. Okay, that means let's say we have row 1. Okay, so we are allowed to interchange with row 2. So what is the meaning of this? We will be writing row 2 at row 1 and we will be writing row 1 at row 2. That is the meaning of interchanging any two rows. Notice the symbol for interchanging rows. Okay, next we are allowed to multiply any row with a non-zero constant. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? Okay, let's say we have row 1. Okay, we are allowed to multiply with any constant which is, for example, 5. Or maybe 1 over 2 row 3 and so on. So we are allowed to multiply with any constant except for 0. Now, number 3, we are allowed to add or subtract a multiple of one row to another row. So when we want to add or subtract, we are allowed to do the operation with row and another row. For example, we are allowed to add or subtract row 1 with row 2. Okay, what is the meaning of multiple? So for example, maybe we have 5R1 plus or minus with 2R2. So students, this is very important. We are only allowed to add or subtract a row with a row. We are not allowed to add or subtract a row with a constant. Okay, this is not allowed. Okay, I hope you can understand this. Okay, now let's look at the next slide. Okay students, so this is a procedure that is suggested to us. Okay, there are many procedures on ERO. You can check on videos on YouTube or any other websites. Okay, they have many methods to do ERO. So this is just a suggestion. So if you look at the notes here, at the end what they are trying to do is they are trying to, as matrix A changes to the identity matrix, the augmented identity matrix changes to inverse of a matrix A. Basically, this is what we will try to do. Okay, so I will, in my video, I will not be following exactly the given method here. Okay, for example, let's say example 18, determine the inverse of a matrix A using elementary row operation. So the moment we are given elementary row operation, our first step would be writing down this as an augmented matrix. Okay, so how to write this as an augmented matrix? Okay, number 1, we're gonna write 1, negative 1, 2, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, negative 1. Okay, the augmented matrix is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so this is going to be your first step. Okay, now in my video, okay, I will be using this method where my procedure would be, I will focus on the first column. Okay, and I will start with changing the first element to 1. Okay, so this would be my first step. My second step would be changing the other 2 to 0. That would be my second step. Okay, then I will be focusing on my second column, and I will change 1 first. Okay, 0 to 1 first, and then followed by 0, 0. Okay, the last would be the last column. So I will try to change negative 1 to 1. Okay, and then 0, 0. Okay, so that would be my procedure. So on your right hand side, okay, the matrix that we obtain here will be your A inverse. As we manage to change A to identity, we will be obtaining A inverse. So basically this is the notes for elementary row operation. Now how we're going to do example 18 will be on my next video, because that is quite a long method, so it will take a long time to explain. So I will be doing another video just to show you how to do example 18. This video is basically more on the notes and the concept of elementary row operation. So I hope all of you could follow my notes first. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you everyone.